Well, we complain, and we can prove it, that the Egyptians have not adhered to the Geneva Convention with regard to our prisoners there. In fact, reports were published that an Israeli pilot was tortured in an ugly manner and returned in a condition into the details of which I wouldn't care to go. And it has been known that they delay visitors of the Red Cross who come to see the prisoners of war, while we, on the other hand, have strictly adhered to the Geneva Convention. Our prisons are open to the representatives of the Red Cross, and one can peruse the reports and see.
Express mail service is what it's called. What it means is that a package like this can be put in a pouch like this, picked up in downtown Dallas by a postal official, taken to the airport, flown to another city, picked up by a postal official there, and taken to a downtown firm in that city. Artie Rollins of the downtown Dallas Post Office explains the significance of this new innovation of the post office.
This is a brand new service. And it will provide an opportunity for firms that need to get important documents and papers to other major cities the next day without fail.
Mr. Rollins, do you feel that the new U.S. Postal Service that is taking the post office completely out of politics will lend itself to new systems like this in the future?
Yes, I certainly do. And I think the end result will be much better postal service for the American public.
For Channel 8 News on the Move, this is Jess Brown.
Tarrant County Commissioners received a progress report on the new Juvenile Detention Center, under construction now on Kimball Road in northeast Fort Worth. Bids were accepted for the completion of the parking lot at the center. Low bidder was Austin Road Company of Fort Worth. Completion date for the center is set for mid-February. Tarrant County purchasing agent Ed Smith gave a report to the commissioners concerning the fire marshal's request to move a county fire department fuel tank. The tank in question is located at Northeast 8th and Commerce. The above-ground level storage of the fuel is in violation of the Fort Worth Fire Code. Fire Marshal Mason Langford wants to move it to a training site at Saginaw. Refuse oil is stored in the tank for use in setting fires for training and firefighting methods. A low bid of just over $19,000 by Mid-County Paving of Fort Worth was accepted for hot asphalt overlay of a portion of Precinct Line Road. 2 large parking lots downtown adjacent to Convention Center should be complete by the first of the year. The 2-block area of much-needed parking spaces is being installed at a cost of $225,000. And the commissioners approved December 24th, a Christmas holiday for Tarrant County employees. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
This isn't child's play, according to the Food and Drug Administration. The game is called lawn darts, and it is being exempted from a proposed ban by the FDA. The proposed regulations, perhaps to be finalized by the end of the week, would cause this game to be relabeled and sold only in sporting goods stores. The lawn darts manufacturer, RB Darts of South Glen Falls, New York, argued against complaints in insisting that the lawn darts are not intended for young children. 2 deaths and a couple of other injuries to children are listed as a result of the game. A 4-year-old North Dakota child was killed while playing in a sandbox next to the lawn dart game. A 9-year-old Minnesota girl was reportedly killed at a picnic. The FDA list also said 1 child lost an eye and another required brain surgery after being hit in the skull. The ban of this toy only to sporting goods stores would presumably help make the point that it is not safe for children. The FDA proposed ban is part of the regulations being developed under the authority of the Toy Protection Act of 1969. In the proposed ban, 3 other toys may be banned outright. They include some balloon noisemakers, a cap gun, and a musical toy rattle. One viewer told me this morning that the rattle in question is one made in Japan, and it's made of cardboard. The rattle, she says, has 8 or 10 metal prongs inside the rattle which make it chime, but which become easily exposed when the cardboard is crushed. By banning these toys, the FDA could also require manufacturers to repurchase the toys from the consumer and the retailer. But at this point, the FDA spokesman in Washington has not said whether the FDA will make use of this power or not. That's Contact 8. This is Teal Salon.
A great deal of anxiety has been expressed in recent days over the future of our hospitals, especially the city-county variety, which focuses the attention on John Peter Smith Hospital, the county hospital in Tarrant County. The destiny of this hospital seems to be taking shape. If the decision is indeed left to the medical community, this county hospital will soon become a training institution involving not only medical personnel but paramedical personnel as well. Officials here at the hospital say a new office building to house a family care center is needed. Total health care, from social advice to obstetrics, would be provided. Medical teams would be trained as units. These teams, in turn, would go out into the community to treat the hardcore of our population who either are uneducated or unaware of medical help available, or they simply do not have the money for such services. Dr. Bland Wilson Cannon, a member of the National American Medical Association Council on Medical Education, visited John Peter Smith Hospital today and told of a spark being lit.
Everybody knows about Monig's department store and Leonard's and Stripling's and all the others, but Ed Smith's department store is something special. The clientele, for one thing, are exclusive. You need more than an identification card to shop here. You've got to represent a county agency. People from Lena Pope Children's Home, for example, get clothes for their wards here. Officials from the Tarrant County Jail get aspirins and other drugs in addition to knives and forks and spoons and blankets for the prisoners. In addition to buying fire engines and patrol cars for the county, purchasing agent Ed Smith handles uniforms and hip boots. The point is that he can get all these things cheaper than the individual agencies can buy them. The net effect is to pass the savings on to the county taxpayers. In an innovative move, Smith has figured a way to pass the massive purchasing power of Tarrant County and the resultant low prices onto the individual communities in the county. I asked him about his plan for mass purchasing and how it's helped the smaller community in the Tarrant County Courthouse.
Well, originally we were working with the smaller communities in the Volunteer Firefighters Association and assembling the information here in this department and developing the specifications, and from that going out to competitive bidding, which we understand has reduced their cost in the neighborhood of something like 33%.
Smith was commended in Commissioners Court this morning for saving white settlement over $9,000 a year on supplies. His idea is that if it can work on the county level, it can work for the state. Smith says that he's in contact with State Representative Tommy Shannon about instituting a system of state central purchasing. That would allow counties and municipalities to buy supplies at much lower state prices on state bid contracts. That would save everybody money.
As the spark was the educational effort at the John Peter Smith Hospital, with a full-time faculty dedicated to teaching, to support a program of training young men out of medical school, to broaden their base to train allied health personnel. You have made a significant step towards quality health, quality medical care.
In addition to the $11 or $12 million needed to complete the current expansion program of John Peter Smith Hospital, we need at least another $1 million, so say officials, for the Family Care Center. All of this must be decided in the form of some kind of bond election. Whether it's actually a bond election or revenue bonds are issued, that will be up to the Commissioners Court.